Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record weekly review special for week 44 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week I brought in 2,317 points, which is a lot better than last week, but devastatingly close to the best round score, so actually hugely disappointing to not match that best round score of 2336. I did raise the current virtual best to 2,600, meaning most of the points this week involved new records. And the all-time virtual best saw a pretty good jump also to 3,956 points, as those top 10 games made some pretty significant progress. Looking at the 10 games individually, Football Manager 2018 saw 3 wins, now at 289. Dirt Rally came to the end of a season with a score of 314, so a pretty good jump from where I was last time. And might not see that huge of a jump next time around, as I did not get promoted. I'll be in a new classification, new car, but same tier. Overcooked 2. 3 more levels completed, so now at 210. Draft Day Sports College Basketball, new season. So that was the only game to reset last time, and now at 140 points after 300 last week, coming so close to that previous record. Draft Day Sports Pro Golf, still at 0. It'll get there at some point, someday. F1 2018, now at 218. It's definitely getting challenging at this point, and the car is going to have to see some significant improvement to get back near the points. But after finishing some factory upgrades, I am working heavily on the car right now towards next season. Motorsport Manager, what a finish. Oh, let me tell you, it's only 294 points. It is the end of the season. It did not beat my record, ironically. 2 seasons ago, after 5 years in the 3rd tier, I set a score of 305 as I absolutely dominated. Well, not complete domination. It was actually a little close in the end, but was comfortably the winner in Tier 3. Just 2 seasons in the 2nd tier, the Asia Pacific Super Cup. And out of nowhere, as I was looking to just kind of cement a place in the top 4, maybe the top 3 if things went really well, in the last race of the season, did the math and went, I've still got a chance. I've got a chance at the Drivers' Championship. I've got a chance at the Constructors' Championship. Did the math on what the points were, because it was double points for the final race, and figured out exactly what would need to happen if I was in this position or that position, and how far above or below I would need to be of anyone. And the perfect storm happened, and by the tightest of margins, 1 point, I was champion. So I'm going up to Tier 1, to aka Formula 1. And did that without even setting the record, which there was a lot more points available for Tier 2 than there was Tier 3. So it wasn't like I came up short of matching. I was way short. So that was tight, compact, and exciting stuff there. So be sure to check out that Week 44 episode of Motorsport Manager if you haven't seen it, because that was exciting. If you have not seen any of that series, and you don't want to jump in all the way back 44 weeks ago from the beginning and have to watch the whole thing, check out that one episode. Also, big week for Europa Universalis 4. That is undoubtedly my favorite game all time. Love that game. It has retired this week. Retired with the end of the playthrough, as I've moved away from strategy and into sports games. It was the final holdout, the final strategy game, and I made it all the way through with a small East African nation I conquered most of Africa. I conquered bits of South America, and even into the Southwest Pacific. Australia was mine for a while. I actually lost Australia, but outstanding playthrough where I was significantly powerful. I was around 5th or 6th most powerful nation in the world by the end of the game, at the end of the 1820 year. So almost 4 centuries that game plays through. Grand strategy, if you've never seen it, it's pretty epic for what it is. And in the final couple episodes of the week and of the series, big jump in points, 757. Now, that's well short of the 1,000, but considering that I was playing a small East African nation and was nowhere near, you gotta be in the top 10 to get points. I was nowhere near the top 10 for a long time. I was at least a third of the way through that playthrough, if not halfway through that playthrough, before I had a sniff of the top 10. So, to finish with that score was phenomenal. And I'm really proud of it. Really proud of that playthrough. F1 2018 Manager Mode, so the new addition, this challenge mode with 3 hot laps in practice only. Limited R&D coming from that. 1-shot qualifying only, single lap everybody. And then simulated races is super challenging. I'm up to 22 points there. Be sure to check that one out, as that is an exciting twist to what F1 2018 has to offer. And then finally, the last game, Pro Cycling Manager 2018. That's the one that most of you do watch. My number 1 game. Saw the end of the first season at the World Tour level. I come in with 73 points, well short of my record from last season of 175. So roughly half, not even half the points of what I scored a year ago. But I spent a lot of the season as either a teammate or totally outmatched by those around me. Even when I was racing at Pro Continental level, I was still racing against World Tour riders and not against Pro Continental teams so much. So, spending a year in bigger races against bigger competition was tough, and it brought the score down. I also spent 3 months on the sidelines with a major injury. That also brought the score down. However, there were good signs. There were some good performances, and I'm definitely looking forward to this next season. So once again, the overall 23-17, just short of that best round record, and with 4 games that wrapped up a season or an entire series, including my now number 1 all-time game in terms of score, EU4. That's a lot of points that are going away. Almost 1,500 points that are going away, which means that's well over half of my overall total that's going to reset next week. So expect to see that score to just nosedive next week. But hopefully the all-time virtual best can close in on 4,000. That's a nice big landmark there, and that'll feel good after everything that just happened. Quick look at the all-time virtual best score. EU4 moves to the top. Its final day in the competition, so its final all-time score is 757, moving up over 7 Days to Die. And Dirt Rally sees a massive jump from 8th place to 5th, passing 3 other active games. Now at 314, and those are so close that expect to see them shuffle around some more in the weeks to come. F1 2018 climbs its way into the top 10, up over Crusader Kings 2 by a very small margin. So one more strategy game is permanently off that all-time list, as of course it is no longer in circulation of which 10 games I'm playing. It looks like the next one to make its way on is Overcooked 2, and of course the next victim is likely Stellaris, unless F1 2018 temporarily drops out of the top 10 before itself getting up over Stellaris. But that's going to do it for this week's review special. Be sure to check out the end of EU4, be sure to check out that exciting episode of Motorsport Manager. And, most of all, check out the new series coming to the channel in EU4's place next week, which is Pro Cycling Manager 2018 Career Mode. I'm going to take a full team through a lower league manager series from Continental on up. And just a hint, I'm starting at the very, very bottom of Continental. Even though I have a budget, even though I can take big names, I'm not going to do it. My best rider, their average, a 66. At least starting out for my first season. So, big task at hand for that one. That'll come out on Saturday next week in place of EU4. And 2 episodes to get things started right. Bye for now.